Hi everyone, welcome back to another video in China. If you're new here, my name is Elisa, and no, we're not heading upstairs where our apartment is because I've already shared that on a previous video. This time, we're going to share a full tour of our compound or complex in China because many of you have requested that. We are going to start at the very entrance, so let's go. We are now standing at the very entrance of our apartment complex, and I'm going to show you one little detail to start with, and that is the entrance to the garage. And yes, I know that's boring, but the reason why I'm pointing this out is because this is for cars only. E-bikes, motorbikes, they don't go down that way. They actually enter through the main entrance with the pedestrians. The cool thing about the garage is that it's actually huge downstairs and it leads to every single building in this complex. So you can get a car parking spot right where your building is and access your apartment via an elevator. Let's go in. Which takes me to one of the really cool things that really surprised me when we moved here. And that's the fact that you can actually access this with facial recognition. So I don't need a card, a fob, or a key. You can simply just scan your face and walk right in. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a man standing there, a security guard, which means that the place is manned 24/7. And for us, that's actually one of the things that we really like about this place because it means extra security and extra safety for the kids when they're playing outside on their own. Now I'm going to take you to the next point of interest, which this is going to sound ridiculous, but it's the rubbish room. Now, why is that so interesting, you ask me? Well, this is something that we've never experienced before. This is not a place where you simply come and drop off your garbage. There are actually people that are employed here, that work inside here to sort through all that rubbish and make sure that it goes to the right place. So basically anything that needs to be recycled, food items, it all gets separated, and they do a fantastic job of that. Now I'm going to head towards the entrance to our apartment. But we're not actually going to go into this area just yet. Just wanted to point out that here we've got a beautiful water feature, and if you can see, there's a set of steps, and the reason why that's there is just to ensure that no e-bikes or motorbikes can actually get up there. And again, I love that because this place is very popular with people spending time outdoors with their children. So it adds that extra security layer where you know that the kids can play outside and there's not going to be any e-bikes running around them. Now we're going to head towards this area. And this is probably one of our most used facilities in the whole apartment complex. And that would be the running track, which is right here. It is very popular here in the evenings. It is about 500 meters long, and we use it a lot. We love it. Now, of course, there are many places to walk outside, but the reason why we use it so much is because sometimes we'll be walking around in circles while the kids play outside, or they might simply be watching TV in the apartment, and it gives us that space for us to come downstairs on our own. And another thing that I wanted to mention about the running track is that it actually goes all the way around the complex and it weaves in and out of the apartment buildings, which is really cool. And the next set of facilities is the playground, which is right here. And this is another fantastic gathering place. It's so good to have a place for the kids to be able to come down and play. As you can see, there's already quite a few people playing there right now, but in the evenings, lots of people come down. So it's very well used. Now let's head over here where I'm going to point out a few of the other facilities that we have access to in this complex. The space is so well used actually. So you're going to notice that under each of these buildings, there are spacious areas underneath that are used for social activities. So for example, under this building behind me, there are table tennis tables, and there's also just regular tables and chairs where you'll see people gathering with their children or to play mahjong. Under This building over here, you're going to find a set of exercise equipment, and also there's another area with ping pong tables and more eating areas undercover. So I think it is fantastic. This area is very well used by the community, and I actually really love that. During the day here, little children, babies, young toddlers, they usually stay with their ayis. An ayi is basically like an old aunt or grandma or older lady that looks after them while the parents go to work. And I love the fact that during the day, they really prioritize spending time outdoors. So you'll frequently see them down here socializing and playing with the babies. So it's really, really lovely. And also over this way, there is another side gate that leads over to the side of the street where there's many shops. And you also use facial recognition, but that one is not manned. So there's no one there to let you in or out. And now let's head over this way. What I want to show you in this area is where the e-bikes are parked, because just by walking around, you can see that there are actually no e-bikes parked in front of the buildings. Only maybe frequently you'll see one or two. But as you can imagine, there are thousands of people that live here. And to be honest, when we first came, I didn't realize how big this place actually was. So there's got to be a place for them to go, right? So that's actually down this way. Should we take them down?
Yes.
So you can't park your e-bikes in the garage, but you can park them down here. So welcome. And you can also charge them here as well. And this is also a place where we park our own bicycles. So we just come, drop them off, and off we go on our way. We don't actually need to lock them up or anything. I'm actually quite curious if you're able to do that in your country. At first, when we came, we bought locks and we were making sure to lock everything up, but we quickly realized that it's just not part of the culture here to take other people's things. So you can just simply leave your bike out there and nobody's going to touch it or mess with it. Let's go this way. We haven't actually used this. So I think this is what you use to charge your e-bikes, and I believe that you have to pay for it, but again, we haven't used it, so I can't exactly tell you how that works, but it's all set out really well for people to be able to charge their e-bikes here. And if you look in all the different corners as we walk around, you're going to notice that there's cameras, so if anything was to go missing, you will very easily be able to work out where things have gone. And another awesome thing, this is connected by an elevator. So we're going to go up. Let's head out this way. So we've come back up to the playground area, and now I'm going to take you this way. I think you can kind of appreciate how green this place is. So there are lots of trees and lots of plants all around. The place is very well looked after. Which takes me to the next section that I want to show you. Let's get this way. So as you can see, there are many benches and places to sit down around the complex as well, which is really lovely. Sometimes we come down just to have a cuppa down here. And the place is very well maintained, so they have gardeners that will come and cut everything down. Also, all the paths get frequently washed down. And there's also a huge amount of workers that will come down and collect any rubbish and clean anything up that needs to be cleaned. Follow me this way.
Must be rug washing day.
Yes, there's lots of rugs. There's another area undercover here that's also very popular. Now, I'm saying that all these places are popular and are very well used, and right now there are not many people, but that's because it's the weekend during a hot part of the day. But in a couple of hours, this will look very different. But as you can see, you can come down here to relax, and there's also a grassy area down here as well. You could actually see these on our apartment tour that we did. You could see that from our balcony. And right behind me is a perfect example. You got children riding their bikes, people playing badminton. During the week, you'll see dozens and dozens of little ones running around with their little bikes. So it's a really great place to be. Okay, let's continue on our tour of our apartment complex in China. I don't know if you've noticed, but as I've been walking around, I've been surrounded by buildings everywhere. And to be fair, I didn't actually even notice that the first time that we came here. When we came to see the apartment the very first time, I didn't see all the buildings. We were in such a rush going from property to property trying to secure a rental for our family. And when we came back the second time, I was like, whoa, there's actually tons of buildings in this place. And something that I wanted to share with you was that when we first came, people were very curious about us. I don't think they had seen too many Westerners or people from other country in this compound or complex before. So people were very curious. They would approach us all the time, take photos, or sometimes even surround us while we played with the kids. But now I think they're all used to us, and they don't really bat an eye when they see us. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk to you about is some of the facilities that we don't actually have access to that we wish that we had, and we know that they do exist in other compounds. Number one is a swimming pool. We do miss having access to a swimming pool. We used to have this in Qatar and it was amazing. So unfortunately, we don't have this here. We do know that one of our friends lives in a complex that has one, which is great. Secondly is the gym. There's no gym in this complex. However, there's one very close nearby, and I will actually show you that on another video along with the prices. That's the gym that we go to. Thirdly is courts for sports, like basketball courts or football courts. We don't have that directly here in our complex, but again, we know that that exists in other places. We do have access to those facilities nearby, so it's not a big issue. And lastly was a train station. Before we moved here, we did a lot of research. We watched YouTube videos and we saw people that had access to complexes or apartments that had train stations right below their apartments, and unfortunately we don't have that here. We do have one which is very accessible to us, and I'm actually planning on showing you that on the next video, where we're going to walk all the way from our compound to the train station through our community, so that you can actually see what this place looks like, what amenities, what facilities we have, what kind of shops we have. So I can't wait to show you that. All right, let's carry on this way. We're not quite done. I really love to hear your thoughts and to find out if this is what you expected of our apartment complex. And honestly, on our previous video, you sent us so many questions and so many comments that helped us have the idea to make this video for you. And we really want to make this channel about you finding out about life in China. So please drop them in the comment section below. And lastly, we have reached the other end of our complex. As you can see, there is another exit, and it's the end of our video and the tour. So thank you so much for joining us. We will see you on the next one.